Okay, on request, here's a shot of the car. So it has airbags on both sides. They clearly didn't come out. Damage is limited, it's only cosmetic. There's no structural damage, and the small accident I made was by far not enough to deploy the airbags. And I have more airbags in the side, and there are airbags in the pillars. Let me look it up for you. So here you see airbag, nothing happened. Here's another airbag, nothing happened. So you have 6 airbags and they're all still fine. Then for the interior itself, let me move to the back. Here's the sunroof. It does operate completely perfect, slides in and out as easy as a breeze. And then what is interesting to see, the navigation might be interesting for you, although you know you can update this yourself as I did. Where can I do that? Setup, settings. That current is in Dutch, but any languages there. You have the versions. I think this is the latest firmware and latest navigation maps, but I could be wrong, could be 1 year old. So the car has run, 200 and it starts beeping, of course, when you press the power button. Give me a second to zoom in back. It has Bluetooth. It connects fine with my iPhone 5 with no problem. My wife has an Android phone, connects too. It has automatic light settings. In Switzerland we're obligated to drive with full lights, so it's turned on to that. Otherwise it will turn off and turn on automatically. It has cruise control. It has the controls for the radio, etc., and for your onboard computer on the left, and on the right for using the Bluetooth with just the press of a button instructing the car. I never use it, it doesn't work. Well, it technically works, but I don't like it. And that's the volume button. Here you see the second generation of the MMI, but it is the full color version, so not the limited version. Let me see if I can turn up some maps here. Maps, so you can see it's actually a full color version, what is much nicer than the monochrome version. So it's the second generation. What already has the one push button with the surrounding clusters, the power button, the sound there, etc. It has an electronic handbrake, works fine. Not use it that often as I have automatic, so when you're not on a grade I normally don't have it turn up. You could have a very old classic Nokia phone here that then still would only connect to Bluetooth, so I don't use it, but it might be that you have a phone that fits there as an extra with a dual SIM or something. You have an aux port here, so no iPhone full integration, but any phone with aux, you have your own music on the stereos. Here you have a 12 volt button plug. You have another one here, and they all have lights, very nice ashtray if you would like. Let me take you to the back seat. The back seat has ISOFIX on both sides, so this one and there it is. Let's see, armrest, and I still have the original bandage kit, etc. from Audi. It has never been used, as the car is only 5 years old, although with high mileage. I think all the wipers are fine, no issue for me at least. It's the 2.0 TDI, the trunk with the Rolo, or whatever the name is, still looks nice, looks much nicer when you have it closed when the car is shut. It has a double, well, secret space, I don't know how you call that, with the battery. I don't know if the battery ever has been replaced. The diesel of course has a A big battery, it always starts for me, even if I have the lights turned on and the air conditioning when the car is stopped, let's say for half an hour. Never had an issue that the battery would run down, so I don't think you have to replace that within a short period of time. Last shot. Maybe last interesting thing to mention is the Multitronic. What is basically CVT that Audi designed, does not have a lifetime, let's say. I had issues with it on 200,000 kilometers just before that, so I had to replace it. That was quite expensive, but it has been replaced by one that didn't only, from a car that had only 5,000 kilometers on it, and I did 25 since then. So basically this is the automatic is only 30,000 kilometers old. What will basically say you still have, even with the issues that this machine might have, you still have at least 150,000 before you might have an issue. There are also examples where you do, 500,000 kilometers without any issues. The multi-belt, what is the correct name for that, has been replaced at 180,000 kilometers, so 40,000 kilometers ago. Audi recommends that you would replace it after 150 up till 175,000 kilometers, so that also has more than 100,000 kilometers still on it before you have to replace it. That is always expensive to do, but I don't know how much you will drive, but 100,000 kilometers will allow you to go a pretty decent period before you have to get out. It has to be replaced. The whole car is, yeah, I think it's still very neat. All the sides are straight, no damages, no real dings. It has a scratch here and there, let me see. Here is a small scratch on the bumper. You can see, when you're filling luggage in the trunk, here and there is a small scratch from something. Do I see something else somewhere here? There's this, I bought it with this small ding. I'm not sure what somebody at some point did. It's a very small ding. I think if you're handy or you have a garage, you can just pop it out and it will even look nicer. Then the more serious damage I did myself. Too bad for the value of my car. Where you can see clearly I can nearly put a finger between the crease, what normally isn't there. The lights still work. It's now only on the running lights, but they both shine in the correct direction, so no structure. It has fog lights, they also still work, but as you can see, this has been cracked. This upper chrome rail is gone, that has been dinged. This has been cracked. Here are some structural items behind have pushed a little bit through. But even the police in Switzerland had no issue in me just driving this car, so there's no structural damage. Again here, what you could see, the crease, this folded a little, and it's one big finger that you could stick there. And if you would look here from the side, you actually can see what happened. This is where I hit the other car with about 10 kilometers per hour, so this bent back. There's a small crack here. You can see it. I think that should be repairable, but you might just want to replace the whole hood, I don't know. Behind, so the radiator is still free of damage, as are the fan belts and everything that spins behind it, so no structural damages. It's just the I'm not sure how it's called, but the bar behind it that holds all these plastic parts together, that has been pushed back a little. So now you actually can see it here. Can you see it? There. That's where I hit the other car. So this whole section, it's also cracked here, moved back by that, but not that far. You can see it's just 5-6 centimeters. So this one has to be replaced, and I think it's one part that you have to order, and there might be some related items to it. But to be honest, I think if it's 500 euros materials, and that's including the fenders, including the bumpers, including the grille, etc., that already would be expensive. The expensive part probably is the repair itself making the hours, and that's my issue. I have a new car. I'm not willing to invest in the car and then hoping I get the money out. This is an opportunity for somebody who would like to buy this car. It's still the latest model. I don't know when Audi will replace this particular model, but I think not this year, maybe next year. So although the car is now 5 years old, up till next year and maybe even the year after you have repaired it, or you just leave it as is, you'll still drive a very current car. That was my sales pitch, let's say. If you have any other requests, just send me an email and I'll try to make a picture for you. Bye.